to make a big momentum swing happen.
Yeah, it's there were some moments that were missing out. I think they didn't manage to get that runaway start they wanted on Nico. So in this case, the mid lane matchup is a bit better. The mid Night Stalker up against the Ember shouldn't be as bad. Like there is most certainly a lot more damage coming out from the Ember. But you hit that level, well, not level, that 6-minute timer, first nighttime. You can kind of dance around there as Nico. You have options to get the control off and to start shoving that lane in for yourself.
Geez, Midnight Stalker. Feels like forever since we've seen Midnight. That's like a Dota 1 thing, right? Like you used to throw the Night Stalker mid. Nighttime used to come around. You used to just run around and start getting kills. Oh, the good old days.
Yeah. Pulling out the classics here from 032. Gonna have to watch Nico, how he performs, right? Like, the Night Stalker has been nerfed in daytime a ton. Like, we're talking about when it was really popular, like, what, a year ago? Or maybe even further than that. Now it's kind of okay in day. It still is pretty tanky. That's just how you're gonna have to leverage that lane, as Yopaj can kind of dance around us. And this is interesting for Ember. Is he just going to go for that standard build with a Flame Guard? Or do you play with Sleight of Fist, maybe get some chains trying to shove Nico away? It is a very different lane for an Ember Spirit, and it's one to watch out for, but you can't underestimate Nico's right click, his pure right click. I mean, it's at 69, 67 to 71 swing, really big and meaty. You don't want to cop too much.
I mean, not only that, but his passive regen is always so high. Level 1 Night Stalker gets like over 5 HP regen. It's kind of ridiculous. So I don't really see Yopaj being able to force him out by harass. Maybe you could look for a kill once you get a couple levels up, but up until then, Nico should really be having a great old time. And, well, there's your answer to the question you asked, John. Yopaj, he does go for the chains build.
I love it. Just focusing more on that individual aggression rather than the wave clearing. Of course, it's going to hold even. Neither side is really going to find kill up, so that does leave time for the side lanes to develop. Up top, you've got Natsumi on that Spectre with Ninja Bogey, up against Play Hard on the Rubik, and JG on the Mag. Now, there's some opportunities here for Neon. You misstep one moment, and Play Hard, once he has the lift, easy setup for a lift skewer, so you do not want to go too far forward here. 032 is going to have to watch their spacing, and Ninja is just doing his best to trade right clicks here.
He is. Natsumi should have a decent enough time. Like, JG, of course, with the Empower, might be able to get some decent denies off, and he's been trying to, but Natsumi seems pretty safe as mid lane. Yopaj getting very, very low on that Ember. Has to be a bit wary about how much damage Nico can deal. Or even bot lane, we might have our first blood. Januel wasn't a bit of danger, but he'll be okay. He does get a stun out and use the stick charges, and we'll be back at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see a lot more emphasis in that laning start for 032 as they jump Bach.
Bach, he's going to be okay. The avalanche and toss out from Matthew may be enough. With that flame break, it will be. Bach able to get the first blood, and now they can really just keep Drew out away from this creep wave and just dominate the lane.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start. Much better start for 032. Bach with a Batrider is going to be applying that constant pressure on Drew. Like, there's nothing a Ricky can really do here.
Oh, but Matthew may have gone a bit too far. That'll give Drew a free kill. Genuel was just TPing in, so easy stun, easy kill for Drew, and well, that kind of evens out the lane now. So that gold advantage you got from the first blood, not really going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not what you want, especially since you want your Tiny to find that EXP. Still, Drew has, well, it's been decent enough in terms of form, 14-3 matching or Spectre atop. So you're going to see good progression into the power treads, into the first rate bands. Again, a key timing for that Ricky. We're just about to hit the 4-minute mark as well, so you can watch those supports start to make moves on those rune spots.
That they are. Matthew and Genuel going to go at it. Stun is going to be out, but Nico gets lucky. A DD rune down at that bot lane, and as if his damage wasn't high enough, now he's almost hitting for 200 damage per attack, and Makes it very impossible for Yopaj to farm safely in this mid matchup. He's going to try, though, with the sleight of fist, but Nico should be able to get some decent harassment. You just look at that. It hurts. It hurts to watch.
Well, it's painful, but Yopaj, because he opted for the no flame guard build, can't shove out his waves, although Drew.
Yeah, gets jumped bot lane. Bok with the sticky napalm and Firefly is able to get the kill once again on that Ricky. Looks like our Venge was not really able to help out. In fact, he has to be careful because Matthew's going to go back in with an avalanche toss now. Back to Bok, was salving up. And with the sticky napalm stacks again, are going to be able to get another kill, I believe, unless the neutrals interrupt. At least he does get a large camp before he does go down. And now Drew going to try and at least pick up Matthew on the Tiny. With the tricks of the trade, it's not going to be enough, Drew. He needs to try and find out where Matthew went. Matthew does successfully juke him out.
That's a big win for 032. Again, the aggression paying off here for Bok. He's got his level 5 earlier than Drew. Matthew is not getting as much EXP, but you can see now, forced to rotate up top Januel just to balance out Nico's lane. And it's nighttime. It's the first nighttime. It's a midnight stalker, 2 levels in the hunter. You do not want to stand here for too long if you're a pod. You're going to have to watch that space and ensure you don't die.
And Nico has hit the level 6 mark faster than our Ember. Still Yopaj at level 5. Looks like Nico is going to run all the way back to the fountain, however, and just get a free reset as, again, Drew going to go down to Bok. Matthew's going to be chased here by Yopaj. And Matthew should just guaranteed be dead, but he's going to try again to juke him out. Yopaj has the sleight of fist and will finish the job. But it's really bad news when you're losing your Ricky Maru like this, and now play hard. Going to get dived by Nico. Nice chains out from Yopaj, but they got the flame break off by Bok, and that'll be Bok's 4th kill on the Bat Rider.
Wow!
Oh, yeah, and that hurts. Yopaj losing his brown boots on the courier. And Nico, first night, just all successes so far, slowing down that farm. Second the pace, 2-5, 032 off to a fantastic start.
With the bad way this lane's gone down to that bot lane, Drew, he just TP's mid now. He's going to try and secure some farm and XP there instead, as it does seem to be a little bit safer. But bot lane, it has not stopped. Yopaj does get lassoed up, but barely remnants away in time, and will immediately pop the salve. Flame break, not going to connect, but they know where he is, so they'll haunt him now. Natsumi going to give that vision, and Yopaj, he cannot remnant away. Januel trying to TP in to help out, but he's just going to be another kill for the side of 032.
It's a costly set of kills now for Neon. Losing your Ember, that's a different story. Yopaj has not been off on the right foot. They need the Ember to pick up the slack, to really start to kick in, because, you know, Drew's been behind. So, not quite lining up here. You are still only very slightly ahead on 032. The top of the network board is still actually having Drew up there. He's doing a bit better than that Spectre in terms of overall farm, and that does keep Neon still very clearly in the game. 032, if they want that aggression to work, they need to punish even further.
You can't forget either, he's going to have the Empower from his Magnus on that Ricky, so even with those couple deaths that he did have, with the Empower now out from JG, he's going to be able to essentially farm so much quicker on this Ricky, and well, that should allow Drew to catch up after that laning start. But now Nico going to TP up towards the top lane. Won't actually chase down JG, but rather they will dust up this Ricky, and with the silence out, it should be an easy kill onto Drew. Can't blink strike away, and Bok on his 5th kill of the game on this Bat Rider.
Yeah, he's off to a fantastic start. Really big bounce back compared to game 1. A lot more influence, and that's what happens when you give him a hero that just enables that to go.
Has caught out Nico, but he is very tanky on this Night Stalker. He will pop the ultimate, and now, do they want to run or do they want to fight? Well, Ninja Boogie is coming in with a Splinter Blast, but he doesn't have level 6 yet, so there's no curse. However, Yopaj is very low and does drop, and now Nico, ready to reinitiate, does go onto John Newell and will make his exit. Drew can't really reinitiate onto this Night Stalker. He has to let him go. Let's find Bok, however. Bok unaware that he's being stalked by Drew. Plane break, gonna be out. Bok still trying to run, does get the lasso off, and now the TPs are coming in. Drew, he'll be dusted. Matthew with the TP in will ensure that Drew can go no further.
It's still looking pretty darn good here for 032. They're forcing the movements out. Neon is still clumping up top, but Nico is back up and it's still nighttime.
Toss in from Nico, and well, with that silence once again, it's going to be hard for Drew to get out of this one. Nico can't finish it off. So while all this has been happening, Natsumi just solos the bot tier 1 tower, while Neon are still trying to deal with this top tower, and Matthew surely caught out now, but he's going to toss up your Page. Chains weren't available yet, but Drew now going to blink strike in and play hard. We'll just take the kill with the Fade Bolt. He doesn't want to waste any more time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort. They're starting to reel in some wins, Neon. They're still a bit behind, 4-10. 2K lead on the side of 032. With that tier 1 down bot, they need to trade the top one to give themselves back some control, but they're not in position anymore. They've split Yapaj off. So it's just Drew here left to do the job with, with some friends on the sides to keep him safe. And in that downtime to 032, they're not going to be keen to fight. It is daytime. Dark Ascension is on cooldown for a little bit longer, but they do smoke up at.
Up towards that top lane. The tier 1 tower not falling yet. Bok has an Invis rune and is trying to catch up to JG. Does get the lasso. Gonna go on to play hard. Haunted. RP is committed, and it is a nice RP, but it's gonna be nothing when you don't have the follow-up damage. Your partial try, but there's a Winter's Curse now out. On to Drew. He'll blink strike out of there, and your Page reinitiating back in on that Ember. But this is dangerous. He has no more remnants, and he will fall. Now Drew to jump back in with the tricks of the trade, but it's probably not going to be good enough. But here comes your Page with the buyback. Gets the chains off onto Nico. And eventually he will get himself a triple kill on the Ember. And they do end up winning the team fight.
Yeah, it's a bit costly. So the gains you got there are kind of tempered back because that's a buyback, but you still went out in the end. 4 for 2, 4 for 3, and your Page can be happily clearing out that tier 2. 032 for their part, not the best ways of chasing down. They clump up a bit too hard in trying to find that kill. Punished by JG's RP. They need to be cautious. Again, it was daytime. Dark Ascension was around, but it didn't feel like they found the right opportunities. And now Neon, feeling confident, get to invade that jungle. This is when they start to go a bit wild and steal some farm away. You need to continue to stall it because Natsumi's not that big. Only has the Yasha. Still saving up for a Manta style. It's going to be a while until that item's up, and it's going to be a while until that power spike comes out.
I'm going to try for that tier 1. Ninja Boogie commits the Winter's Curse. Out onto our Ember, into the lasso of the Bat Rider, so just holding him down, and your Page will melt quite quick. They know he doesn't have buyback. They could try to keep going, but it looks like they are done. As it is still daytime and you don't want to really push it too far. And so, Neon Esports will not be able to try and take this tier 1 any further.
Yeah, good defense from 032, realizing how important that objective is. Doesn't give it away. So they hold on. You're still waiting here for a little bit more farm on all of these cores to get up. They've been so focused on aggression that progress has been slow still. Drew does pick up that defusal. So there's that key timing for the Ricky, ready to go. A lot of more damage, a lot more control. Can fly out, especially when the Empower's on. Be a bit careful fighting into this Ricky, as it can be scary. We're still waiting for the blink on JG, and speaking of, was being chased, but has managed to run away first.
He does. JG will be fine to just keep the farm up and work towards that blink dagger. Meanwhile, the rest of Neon have smoked up again. They're going to run through the dyed triangle and see if they can find any stragglers, find anyone just by themselves. In fact, they have. Matthew Might just die, and yeah, on the Tiny, he does go down very quick. Drew with that diffusal blade on that Ricky is going to hit a lot harder. Nico.
Point I'll go.
Dark Ascension and Dust to be popped, and they are going to find Januel, so there's your Venge gone. Onto your Page. Ooh, he messes up the Remnant there, but he will not get punished for it. They didn't have the crippling fear on Nico to get in there with the silence. So that should be it.
So I'd say that's fine for Neon. They lost their support. They still found that pickoff, and there's no Dark Ascension, so it's daytime again, Nico.
Getting it caught, but gets the crippling fear off. Drew needs to be slightly cautious, but he wants to go for it. Now Lasso onto play hard on the back lines, and Drew, he has dropped, but Nico has not. He actually walks out of there. So they'll turn back around now onto the Pos 5 Venge, and they'll get a third kill for themselves. Natsumi able to pick that one up on the Spectre. Yopage really has no choice but to just leave. In fact, never mind. He'll go for the chains. Yopage does eventually get the remnants out. Matthew does die, but it's still a very positive trade for 032.
Yeah, they timed that perfectly. Great bait coming out from Nicoldo. RP.
Yeah, gonna be onto Bok. And that's your Pos 3 Batrider going down. So 032. I mean, it was a great team fight, but they just stuck around way too long and eventually just let two of their heroes get picked off.
Yeah, not the best. In fact, not ideal for them. Still, they maintain that lead. There's a blink up now on Matthew, so he can jump in as the Tiny, get work going. This is a massive spike for that hero. And start setting up. And it is nighttime once more. So even with the Dark Ascension gone, you've got 4 minutes of night. They can look to play aggressive with Nico as he is hunting around.
On to play hard. Avalanche is out. Toss. He can't quite get play hard with that toss, but he does get a bit of damage off, and Natsumi and Nico should be able to follow up here. However, while that was happening, mid lane, Ninja Boogie does die to Yopage. TPs aren't coming in, but they are too late. In fact, they might re-engage. Dark Ascension is available on Nico if he wants to go for it. Page, one remnant left. Crippling Fear is going to be out in time. He's not taking too much damage yet, so Nico might need to back now, but he is swapped in with a magic missile out. Bok has the lasso, so they want to re-engage. Back onto JG, but the swap is going to be there once again. Still Nico. Back onto that Magnus. Now the Avalanche out from Matthew does kill off the Venge, and they're going to smoke and back off. Maybe reinitiate. Potentially.
Got the options. They don't have the longest cooldowns in the world beyond hot.
Oh, true. He's been found out on that Ricky, and with Matthew's setup, it could be a kill. Nico's still trying. The skewer away is not going to be enough. They do at least get the Night Stalker, and now the curse is there. Bok trying to go for more. They get play hard, and JG going to be burnt alive by the Firefly of Bok, and Yopage is unable to get away right now. He has no remnants. But it looks like he will have it in 1 second if he can get it out in time, and he can, but it's not going to be far enough. Wow! 032 continue to dominate this game number 2.
Yeah, they're starting to come online. You're seeing the farm of Natsumi start to pull away on that Spectre. 8.99K now on the Spec. And they don't manage to translate those wins into objectives just yet. So they can't even find that mid-tier 1. That's a bit of a silver lining for Neon. But it does get harder and harder as this game scales on. It's a Spectre. You're allowing a Spectre to just basically farm like this. Has the Manta style up, so Natsumi can purge off some of that control, some of that lockdown here. And Neon, they went with a utility build in JG, which means no blink place, although Ninja...
He's been trying to get some D wards out, but it's going to cost him his life. Still tries to get up to the high ground with the Arctic Burn, and he's actually going to buy his team a bit more time. He's just actually gets the ward as well. So he'll die, but he gets the ward. He came what he came for, and he got what he came for, and that's it.
Yeah, very satisfied with that play, giving his team space. Neon, they need They need a little bit more oomph. It doesn't feel like the damage is rolling in just yet, especially here on Yapash. So he's got the drums, he's got the phase boots, but he needs that Desolator. They need to start cleaving through with that Empower, and it hasn't felt like they've gotten enough in the tank. As 032, they're just clumping around in that jungle again. It's still nighttime.
They've got that Dark Ascension. So they are going to try and go on to Fog. Crippling Fear is going to be out. However, with the lasso just in the nick of time, they can't finish Bok off. The RP did not make it out. Still, Winter's Curse out from Ninja Boogie, trying to buy Nico more time to readjust his position, or maybe just go back in with Matthew and a great avalanche. And that'll be a third now as John Newell does also go down. And Neon Esports, they just can't get a win in these team fights.
No, true.
Still in trouble. Wow. Matthew again with the avalanche toss, and Nico had the silence.
It's dicey now. They're just dropping like flies. Neon have to be cautious about how they engage here. We haven't seen the RP, and it's JG making this harder for himself because he opted for that utility with the mech, which you can't understand, right? It's an offlane mag. You do see that come out. It's just that they need him to have the blink. No one else can start these fights but him. And there's that Roche going on. You would love a blink RP here.
You would. I don't believe they even know it's happening. If they do, they need to make a play very, very soon as they are running out of time, but they're trying to just get the mid-T1 tower instead. That'll be Natsumi, however, getting your Aegis, and now Matthew with the avalanche toss doing so much damage, but not quite able to finish off the kill onto the Ember. That'll be it. I mean, they save their T1 mid, they get the Aegis, they're 9k ahead in terms of net worth on 032. Not to mention, John, they have a Spectre for late game. And it is very, very hard to contest the Spectre once you get into those later stages. However, there could be another fight. Mid lane. Kane's come out onto Ninja Boogie, but there's your horn. RP not going to come out again. Nico, he was too quick with the silence, but maybe now you can get it out. JG, he does finally use it, but is it enough? Here comes Yopage with the follow-up damage, but still nobody dying. John Newell trying to swap Bok back in. Will get the kill, but they have lost Drew and they have lost JG. Now Yopage has been diffused with up. Matthew will toss him up in the air. He'll remnant to the right side, remnant again. But they are going to keep this chase up. The TP, will it make it in time? Matthew, nice TP to the bot lane, trying to get the avalanche off, but won't make it.
And it's still a massive set of wins there for 032. They hold on to the Aegis. They only really sacrifice Bok as the biggest hero, but you're perfectly fine with that trade. You are seeing Neon start to dish some damage out. If the RP lands and the empowers on all three cores, there is damage to be had there. It's just that you don't find that often enough. So Neon have to play it a bit safer, get that farm up. It's just that as you play that farming game, man, you talked about it, but it's a Spectre. You don't want to be playing a farming game, but that's the situation Neon finds themselves in.
Indeed. Allow Natsumi to start working towards that basher. He'll get the Vanguard first because he wants to build straight into the Abyssal Blade. Once he has that up, things become infinitely harder for Neon Esports. In Drew, his farm slowed down so much after that Diffusal Blade came out. Got the Echo Saber, but he just needs to get that BKB up, and you can try to rely on Yopage, but he has to work on his own BKB.
Is under attack.
Is that a Desolator he's going for on the Ember?
Yep. They need a physical damage. He was queuing it up way earlier. So if they've got that, they can rip right through. But look at this movement, 032.
In onto JG, and they have the avalanche, they have the toss. There's a lasso out on your Vengeful Spirit, and now with the Crippling Fear, well, nice swap, but JG is still in danger. Nico, is he going to chase all the way for it? Yeah, he is. He's got the Void, so he can easily get the kill, and Genuel is not safe either. He'll go down to the Venge. And Natsumi now is 10-0-10 on the Spectre. That's a problem.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect game for Natsumi as he continues to grow
Yapash,
big.
no.
They find one more.
He tried to go for the haste rune. Oh no.
Yeah, that's just nasty. That is not what you want to be seeing. Neon being punished on every single front. You did have to expend a haunt for that, but I'm sure Natsumi's happy enough finding that kill. On top of that, you know, the Aegis is still up for another minute. Natsumi still had some leeway in just playing aggressive, going for these objectives. And Neon, backs against the wall, 12k advantage for 032. They need this blink from JG. They just need to get the blink RP on, and then you can start playing around, but they are smoked up anyway.
Oh, this could be rough. Oh, they're going to actually run into box, so nice Bat Rider kill. It's a good way to get things started. That'll be the end of their smoke. Well, they're just going to try and maybe get a top tier 2 tower push going for themselves. Only issue being is they've just lost their bottom tier 2 tower, so now 032 do have an opportunity to go and defend.
Yeah, and there's really not much push that can fly out from Neon. And then none of them are natural tower hitters, and they are just focusing on farm. They're playing the catch-up game. That is Yapaj's Deso flying out here, so he's going to have more damage. The big thing is really JG's timing. If they can just land an RP in these bigger fights, that is enough. It's shaping up that way. You are looking at Natsumi slowly build into that Abyssal though, but the Aegis expires, so this is an opening.
Matthew, avalanche toss, going to catch out the bench. Take the kill himself. Didn't quite get the Ember in time, but that's perfectly fine. See what Yapash can get done with this Desolator build. Here you go. Pop the Dark Ascension, and now Ninja Boogie trying to go after JG. Not able to catch anyone out, but Nico is staring Yapash down at that top lane. Just about closing the gap here and getting that Crippling Fear off. But can they do it? Bok actually does get him with the lasso. No, they don't get it in time, but he does get the Crippling Fear off. The TB, however, is still going. And Bok, he was chained up. Couldn't make it in time.
Yeah, missed opportunity, but that does bite him the space to shove in a tier 1 top for themselves, and immediate TPs here from 032 onto the bot lane as well. They know where Drew is. They're hunting that Ricky.
4-10. Down the bot lane. Drew, lassoed, is dead. They can go for more. Will they chasing? Well, Nico is on top of Yapash. They won't have the control all damage for Yapash, so instead back onto Play Hard. John Newell trying to swap. That's a nice RP out, but is it enough? They don't seem to have the damage output as the avalanche came in from Matthew. They'll kill Nico, but that's only one, and they're going to lose their whole team. Natsumi on another double kill. The whole map just belongs to them.
And that's a valiant RP from JG. But Yapash, even with the Deso, can't do enough. He needs his Ricky with him. They need to all be together, these cores and these fights, and they keep getting split up. 032 just building up on that lead. 18, 40, 15k lead. Natsumi flying out that Abyssal Blade now, so if you were having a hard time with a Spectre before, it's going to be so much harder now. And 032, they're just in a really good spot. Like, all they're saving up for are BKBs next, coming out for both Bok and for Nico as well. And once you've got that up, you are pretty much set. Neon, for their part, you know, I look at Drew and I see a Ricky that has not moved on past that Echo Saber. Not even any sort of notable progress on the BKB. And that is so important now, just to have that Ricky alive in these fights, but 0-2.
Well, Matthew again, great avalanche into the toss, and now the lasso from Bok, and they just keep finding people to take out. JG, nowhere to go. They even got Play Hard. It's just over and over again. 0-3-2. It's not like they're being sneaky about it either, John. They're just jumping in.
Yeah, they showed up for game number 2. Really playing fantastically here. You can see a split push attempt by Apaj. This is something he can get done. Like, he's got the desert, he can right click hard. He has to be a bit cautious as they do know where he is.
They're going to maybe chase for it. Nico seems to have somewhat of an idea that Yopaj is still around, but no, he doesn't. He'll run south. They can start really just setting up for this mid-tier 2 tower anyway. There's no real point trying to chase the Ember all the way across the map. We'll just try to get a bit more damage out on those towers. So they'll take the triangle of Neon Esports now. The best they can do, I mean, Yopaj, he's split pushing, trying to force them back, but here comes Nico with that crippling fear, and there's your Abyssal and Haunted from Natsumi, and that is Yopaj gone. It's just that quick. Back down to the bot lane, Natsumi looking for more. He'll go on to play hard. Drew will jump in with the Blink Strike. They'd love to get this Spectre. RP committed, but do you have the damage? It doesn't look that way. Bok, he's got a nice lasso off the back lines. A great curse out from Boogie, saving the day for Natsumi, and now Nico gonna get a 3-man crippling fear off. Kills off JG. Natsumi still survives because of Ninja Boogie. The cold embrace now, not letting him die. And Drew, he's killing himself. Oh no, Yopaj trying to get away with the Remnant. Nico gonna chase down Playhard and the Rubik. Chains is gonna save Playhard for now, but Bok is in there and Playhard will eventually die. They are all so low on 0-3-2, but just not low enough.
No, it's been tough. Neon just on the edge, but they're still having those issues they've had the entire time. And that was the BKB reveal of Drew as well. Just doesn't go the way you want it to. I mean, they stall out the push from 0-3-2, so there's no progress on objectives. But that gap keeps growing. 18 to 48, 23k net worth lead on the side of 0-3-2. There's that BKB up on Bok, so he can come in with the lasso and commit without being as scared. If you look at Nico, he's also building into the nullifier now as well, and he also does have his BKB. So everything just coming up, and Neon are still very far behind. They need to somehow farm efficiently. With the limited space they have, they're just not able to. It's just been so difficult when 0-3-2 are always on your case. It's a little bit of breathing room now, as it is daytime for the next 3 minutes. But Neon's still smoked up. They're not going to give you that room.
Yeah, no. Even without the Dark Ascension up, they just want to make the movement in now. Dark Ascension up in 5 for Nico. Matthew again. Avalanche toss in. That'll be Yavenge gone. And now Playhard also being removed from the game. JG trying to fight back, does get the RP off in time, but it really just doesn't matter. The curse is there from Ninja Boogie. They are just trapped up, and they are just going to get fed to the wolves now. Drew, tricks to the trade, not going to be enough. That'll be JG also going down. It's really turning into a massacre here. They will finally get that mid-tier 2 tower. Maybe even go high ground.
Yeah, now, there is a split push going on from Yopaj up top, trying to chip away at that tier 2, but he's going to lose objectives if he tries to go for that. Just 0-3-2 is just not going to stop. Even if they lose a tier 2, it doesn't matter for them if they can get racks.
Yeah, I mean, Yopaj is trying his best here to get that done. He can't defend by himself. But they are going to lose at least one. More than likely 2 Raxes. You just don't have the buybacks. We'll eventually TP back now, getting prepared for the defense. Repair kit will be committed for that mid-tier 3 tower. 0-3-2. Looks like they've had enough. Not going to risk anything. They're happy to back off and come back another time.
Yeah, playing it safe. You're almost at the point where you get the butterfly up on our Spectre. So Natsumi is just about done with it. One part away and is going for the Ags next on the Spec. So expect that mini haunt to be in play.
Oh, they weren't done yet. They go back in. Smokescreen helping out Yopaj, and he'll pop the BKB now, but he's copped the lasso from Box. Still, the lasso was stolen, I believe, but play hard, he will go after Matthew on the Tiny. No, it was actually Ninja Boogie that got caught out by that lasso. Play hard still, dropping very, very low, but they're trying to fight back. It's just not looking great as Bok does chase him down. Now back onto the bench. Matthew, he'll drop on the Tiny, but it's only Drew left. The supports, they do buy back. They're trying to come back in to help out Drew, but it is really too late. And now they want to die for more. They'll just take it easy. Go back after that mid-tier 3. They could even go for the tier 4 towers if they really want to.
Yeah, they could try to force it. There is an RP up on JG once he's up, although the toss.
That's a dieback. Matthew has been playing very, very well on this Tiny, I'll tell you, John. Been very consistently setting up some great engagements for 032 this game.
Yeah. Neon, it's a tough spot to be in. They will have 1 rack safe. That's a tier 2 stand. But you're 2 racks down. You don't have options to counterfight. The gap grows wider and wider. 20 to 58, 34k lead for 032. And they can just take their time here. Like, that split push you were seeing from Yopaj, it's not going to be as effective up against super creeps in 2 lanes. Gonna be hard to find that room now. Even a Roche, it's open and Natsumi spots it out into that pit.
Play it safe. Get that Aegis first. Give me Aegis and cheese. For the kills, they do go on to play hard, and that is your Rubik gone. Now the lasso out on the Tiny, the Magnus JG, he has died, and now Yopaj, they call it. They are just too far ahead on 032, and that'll make this series end in a draw, 1-1.
Close matchup. 032 looked a bit shaky in game 1, stitch up their draft in game number 2, come out on top. Neon, there were some shining moments there. We thought the initial farm you were seeing on Drew